Good afternoon. My name is Gail Reiner, and I'm Director of Health Ministries at South Bay Seventh-day Adventist Church. I have been a nurse for 44 years, and my doctorate is in nursing. When I originally went to nursing school, I had 3 courses in natural remedies at Andrews University. And today I just want to touch on the benefits of water, because it's one of the ways that we can support our immune system at a time when we've never faced so many challenges in trying to prevent ourselves from suffering from an infectious disease. So the first thing I want to say about water is that it's the beverage of lions. All of us, in order to flush impurities from our body, need to be drinking sufficient quantities of water. I normally think that 40 to 50 mLs of water for every kilogram of body weight is a good calculation. For most adults, that actually could be up to 3 liters a day. So if you find that is an overwhelming amount, at least try to drink 6 to 8 glasses of water a day, because we can't rely on thirst as the only indicator for when we need to drink water, especially as we get older, because our sense of thirst, along with other senses, diminishes. And for children, they're often too busy to be aware that they may be thirsty because they're playing and trying to enjoy their lives. So make sure that you develop a habit of drinking adequate amounts of water. The other thing I'd like to show you are some simple methods for using hydrotherapy. One is a method for relieving sore throats, which can also fight infection. So I'm going to invite David to have a seat, and I'll demonstrate this. All you need is some really cold or ice water. From the tap is fine. I have some small cherry towels here. And what you're going to do is you're going to soak the terry towel in really cold water, wring it out, and then you're going to fold it in such a way that you can put it around the neck, and that allows the throat to be relieved of inflammation, because the cold is going to provide an anti-inflammatory. And then I recommend just wrapping a wool sock around it and fastening it with some safety pins. What happens is that the coolness, as I mentioned, reduces inflammation, and as the cloth warms, it draws white blood cells in circulation to the area. So that's a very simple method of providing relief for minor throat irritation. And you can leave that on for an hour or more. And this is something I even did for my kids when they were really small. Another method of using cold water is to do something called a mitten friction. And in this method, basically what you're going to do is you're going to create a mitten with the cloth that you wrap, and then you can use it to rub the arms, both arms, and all of the body for someone with a minor illness that needs to have their circulation stimulated. And this can be something that is done over the entire body. If the individual is lying in bed, you can put a light wool blanket over them, and then make sure that you cover the entire body, providing enough friction typically until you get the skin a little bit pink. Thank you, David. The last thing I want to mention is the benefit of alternating hot and cold. There is a method for doing this simply in a shower, where you take a hot shower for 3 minutes, and it should be not too hot, of course, you don't want to get burned, but about 100 to 104 degrees if you want to measure it with a thermometer. And you do that for 3 minutes, and then you switch over to cold, about 70 degrees, for 30 seconds. If you do 3 cycles of this, what you're doing is you're stimulating some of the natural killer cells and macrophages, which help fight infection. And in fact, Roger Schwalt did a beautiful talk on Adventist World Radio on April 12, and And I recommend that you look that talk up. And there are clinical trials that are being done to help support individuals that are hospitalized with infection, seeing if this actually can be measured more effectively. But we know from sanitarians where during the 1918 flu epidemic, this was a natural method of trying to eradicate and to cure people from their infection, that this was quite effective, and this is really well referenced in his talk as well. Thank you very much for your attention.